What's good, everybody? Here's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, stop your demon. A couple of music, please. Guys, Sweetie caused the uproar, I believe it was earlier this year, with the whole Birkin bag debate. How much a man needs to spend on her. Oh, hell no! And unfortunately, many of our African American men out there are in a situation where how can I say this? A lot of brothers are trying to make it big just so they can floss money to get women, if we really want to be honest. I've never been that kind of guy, but if you look at guys, even when I was coming up, guys now, guys in the millennials group, guys that come from poverty, we spend a lot of money trying to impress women. If you don't believe me, that's just really what it's about. A lot of guys want to get money just so they can show off so they can get women, all right? And that is the prerequisite for, unfortunately, a lot of guys. A lot of guys are not what women would consider to be good looking. A lot of men are not what women would consider to be high value. So in order for some women that are, very beautiful, you're going to have to make this particular exchange. And it's really your money for her looks. All right. And that means, depending on how ugly you are and how much she likes you or don't like you, you're going to be spending a lot of goddamn money. Some of you guys. OK, that is the Birkin bags. Even though she ain't worth it, but she's gonna want it from you. And that typically is the case for a lot of brothers out in the black community. Okay, that really is what it is. We can say that it's not, but it is what it is. All right. Unfortunately, however, women who date in the black community typically do not have the same standards of men in other communities. Right. And I want you guys to understand this. And this is why I'm talking about this today with our boy Travis Kelce and Kayla Nicole. Now, Kayla Nicole is an extremely attractive African-American young lady. She is dealing with Travis Kelce, who I would probably think, if he's not the best tight end in football, he's definitely up there. He's really, really good. He's really, really reliable. He helped the Chiefs win the Super Bowl last year, took him to Super Bowl the year before last. Now he might be, my boy George Kittle for the Niners be doing this thing, but you get what I'm saying. He's good. And they've been together for a long time, even after he cheated on her. But Kayla Nicole, if she was dealing with a black man like a rapper, she would be getting a lot more high-end things. But she made an Instagram live video where she was talking about that her and her man were, she's wearing clothes from Zara because she has bills to pay, right? And if you look at the screen grab here, it goes, "This is for my high fashion girls. Questions that need answers. How y'all afford to buy designer diamonds and G-Wagons?" Okay. Now, if you look at this clip underneath, day music, "Me and my man and my $50 Zara outfit on the yacht in Tahoe, sweetie. Y'all concern is beneath me." So Travis Kelce says, "Y'all crazy if you don't think I'm looking after my baby girl. She's independent. Best believe she's straight." In other words, the situation is people think that Travis Kelce is cheap. He doesn't spend any money on her. Okay? And he probably doesn't. The reality is he doesn't have to spend money on her. The reason why is because he is the prize. He's a white guy. He's a white man that black women want. That means he doesn't have to spend the kind of money that a black man would. And here's what I think. I don't want to get in trouble for this, but this is why I think a lot of white men understand this. Okay, a lot of white men understand that if they date in the black community, their value is higher than what it is in the white community. So then they need to pay a lower price. Now I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not saying that this is the truth, with how I feel. I've been all through Africa. You guys know that Uganda is like my second home. All right. I talk to white guys. They're on the ground in Kampala. I've been in the same restaurants as them. And, I've been to Kenya. I've been to South Africa. I've experienced this. White guy can come to Uganda making $1,000 a month. He's going to, on average, get with a lady who's going to be far more glad to be with him for the fact that he's a white guy. Okay. And other people are going to look at her as being like, well, he's white. You know, you really got somebody good. You should keep him. Versus somebody like me who might make, let's say, $5,000 a month. But, you know, I'm an American foreigner, but at the same time, you know, I'm not white, so I'm still black, right? So I would have to pay a little bit of a higher premium than the white guy does. The white guy shows up, he gets a better deal. That's typically what I've seen. I'm not saying it's always true, but that's what it is. So if a white guy deals with her, she can get along with the program a little bit better. If he wants to be like, you know what, I want to save the money and things like that, we don't need to shop that. It doesn't matter because he's the prize already, right? She's with a white 6'5" all-pro tight end, and he just signed a $57 million contract, so he has the money, but he don't need to spend it on her because he's a white guy. Also, let me say this too. Cultural differences between black men and white men are different. So what black women was considered sexy in a black man, you know, it might not be. And I'm just saying this because, you know, some women don't mind if a man is a nerd or intelligent. But let's say in the white community, the white man, he can be a guy who is not flashy. He don't have to have gold chains. He don't have to have a Rolex and all this other stuff. And it's totally okay for him to be like that. And a black woman will date him because they're different dating standards for black men and black women. A black man would have to be a certain way, have a certain swag, and she would like him. But a white guy can be, you know, not dressing as cool. He can be into the different things because she gives him a different standard. That's why you see a lot of times, especially in California where I'm from, you would always witness like extremely attractive black women with white guys who were normal. Okay. And sometimes what you would consider even to be nerds or dorky or something like that, or, you know, a guy that, like, let's say, for example, if he was black, she would never be dealing with. But if the man is black, you would expect to see this same person with. So like if she was with a black guy, he would have to be like way more pseudo masculine. He'd have to be more hyper. He'd have to have more stuff, more flashy. He needs to be able to show more things to prove his masculinity. Whereas the white guy, he don't have to do that. And white guys understand that. That's why, you know, if their women hold them to a higher standard in the white community, they don't fit it. They can easily go to Africa, or they can come to the black community. They can get a really attractive looking woman. And because they're going to get a pass on certain things, you know, they don't have to have, like, you know, a woman could be with a white guy and be like, well, you know what, we're saving our money. We're investing in index funds and stuff. But with the black man, you know, hey, if you don't have a BMW, then, you know, it's a bad deal. I'm not saying all the time, right? But I think this plays a role in the reason why she's not so materialistic, because she has a guy that's white. And she, you know, she feels like he's more of a prize. So I don't need this other stuff because he is those other things, because, you know, the way that people look at me when I'm dealing with him. Whereas black men got to pay a higher price for the same quality female. That's just my opinion. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains all time high. Don't forget the black men are perfect t-shirts. Peace.